Athabasca United Church. This United Church was largely the brainchild of Reverend A.T. Bowl, a Methodist minister who arrived at Athabasca during the economic boom that swept Western Canada shortly before the outbreak of the First World War. Bowl sold the old Methodist Hall one of his predecessors had built and hired Edmonton architect E.W. Morehouse to design a church to accommodate 600 worshippers. As with many buildings in Athabasca, the land for the new church was purchased from the Hudson's Bay Company, and the local contracting firm of Barrow and Tarrant was hired to build it. Construction began in the winter of 1912, and the building was completed in the spring of 1913. This church is a wonderful example of Gothic revival architecture. The upper and lower levels provide more than 8,000 square feet of space. The main auditorium could seat 300 people. Originally, there was a special Sunday school wing which opened onto the auditorium through the use of rolling partitions. This consisted of a ladies' parlor, 2 classrooms, and a minister's vestry. The choir area at the front of the church could accommodate 28 singers. The basement housed a men's club that could seat 125, a gymnasium complete with a shower and a cloakroom and some kitchen facilities. The men's club was designed in part to offer an alternative to the attractions of the Grand Union Hotel. The new church was lit by natural gas. The price tag was about $14,000. It was a heavy undertaking because by the end of 1914, the economic boom that had fueled much of Athabasca's growth turned into a bust, and the congregation struggled for many years to pay for the church. By the spring of 1985, the years of neglect had taken their toll, and the building was essentially closed, largely because the structural integrity was compromised. Fortunately, a group of concerned citizens struck a committee to work for the restoration of the building. In May 1985, the church was designated an Alberta Provincial Historic Resource. The building underwent a complete restoration and was rededicated on May 18, 1986. More than 100 years after the opening in 1913, there is still an active United Church congregation worshiping in this space.